400 convictions could be overturned. 400 because a former Virginia police officer allegedly lied on arrest documents. Those included a former D.C. firefighter who spent nearly 2 years in prison because of the lies. Now the FBI is getting involved. Newsy's Therese Garnier talked to the firefighter's attorneys. They said this officer ruined his career and almost his whole life.
A black firefighter who worked with this station in D.C. is finally back home with his family after spending nearly 2 years falsely imprisoned.
He's with his 2-year-old, and I'm sure he's happier than many people in the world get to be.
Marvin Miller represents Elon Wilson, a firefighter sent to prison after his arresting officer falsified documents. Partnering with a local prosecutor in Virginia, Miller said they discovered Fairfax County officer Jonathan Freitag had falsified documents in more than 400 other cases, even planting evidence. He later resigned from the department.
This officer had a pattern, a long-standing pattern of bad illegal stops, and that there was a racially disparate impact and potential motivation for these stops. So with that in mind, that took this officer's credibility and basically put it down the drain.
Freitag pulled over Wilson for driving over a double yellow line. His report also notes the firefighter had guns and drugs in the car.
They belonged to his passenger, who was originally charged, and then they dropped the charge because the passenger was a juvenile at the time.
With 2 felony warrants for possession of a controlled substance with the intent to distribute and a firearm, firefighter Wilson faced a minimum 10-year prison sentence, but took a plea deal in 2019, agreeing to serve up to 3 years, even though he continued to maintain his innocence.
He was very upset. He had a 5-month-old. He is a good and enjoys being a firefighter and helping others, and it was crashing his career. But he had to, regrettably and with difficulty, but it was a practical choice that he and the family made together, decided that the appropriate resolution is to get as little time as possible.
That 5-month-old is now 2, and Miller says all his client wants to do now is spend time with his family. The prosecutor's team will continue to analyze all cases tied to Officer Freitag as they try to vacate and overturn hundreds of convictions. In the meantime, the fire department tells Newsy that Wilson has not reached out to them to get his job back. Therese Garnier, Newsy, D.C.